In the spirit of rating presidents in history this week, I'd like to rate myself on my challenge. That's a 0 smiley face. That means I suck. Not that I don't love books still, and I love hearing about stuff, but this was a pretty boring challenge, even for me to listen to. I mean, not that you guys didn't do a good job, I was just watching back through in my video, I'm going, geez, nobody really wants to listen to me read from Cold Mountain. So, I apologize, but I'm really glad, except for Sam, because Plowshares is an excellent literary magazine, so thank you for reading from that. But no, really, thanks guys for putting up with me, but I'm sorry that my challenge was pretty boring for you guys to do, and I'll do better next time, I promise. What I really quick wanted to talk about today was something that's just frustrating me that I just saw about 10 minutes ago, and I'm just getting extremely frustrated. As you probably know, because we talk about this kind of stuff and debate all the time, that political spectrum-wise, I find myself pretty close to the middle. You know, I might probably be more to the right with my base issues, but I mean, that's because I grew up in a German Mennonite family where my mom's very conservative, so that's kind of how it is. But I kind of like to put myself in the middle more just because I hate extremes and all that kind of stuff. One thing that really upsets me is when people judge others just depending on their party or their views or their spectrum, all that kind of stuff, because that's just really frustrating. So I have a lot of friends that, are, if I'm more conservative and they're more liberal, I have friends like that, and we're still friends, and we debate and we argue. Some of even you, we debate and argue all the time, so that's good fun. So I enjoy hearing other people's opinions even when they're completely different than mine. As you also know that I'm pretty YouTube savvy, and I watch a lot of different people and vlogs and all this kind of stuff. And one person I really enjoy watching is Dan Brown, who's on Dan Brown's Universe, which is on PogoBat, is his channel. And he falls more to the liberal side of things. And even though I don't totally agree with him all the time, he's a smart kid. I enjoyed listening to him. It just kind of, it shows me the other views of some stuff, and I really enjoy listening to that. Today I was watching a video he posted about 3 days ago that he started off talking about how, after doing research, he was going to do a video basically to trash the Tea Party, because he hates the Tea Party, and I don't know enough about it to like or hate it or anything. I mean, I don't hate Sarah Palin. She's not my favorite person in the world, but I don't hate her, so I just really don't have a lot of opinions on it right now. But he was going to trash it, and what he said was he was doing research, and he suddenly believed that the Tea Party was one of the most important things that has ever happened in the history of our country. Now, I was kind of going, okay, maybe he realized it was a great thing, but one of the most important things, he must be a little bit crazy. But I don't know, I'll keep listening. So I kept listening. And then he goes on to say that he was visited by the flying spaghetti monster, who apparently created the universe, and Sarah Palin is the incarnate of the flying spaghetti monster, and he was trying to be 100% serious here. He was saying, believe me, this is exactly what I think. This is the flying spaghetti monster is the deity, and Sarah Palin is the savior of the world, and all this kind of stuff. And I wasn't believing any of it, of course, but he was being completely serious about it. And people underneath him were all like, what's going on, Dan? This totally goes confused. I'm so confused. Are you just trolling? What's going on here? Pretty much what he was doing. He could be doing several things. It could be kind of just a social experiment kind of thing, creating anarchy, seeing how people freak out when you say different things. And also the fact that by saying that kind of stuff, he pretty much is trashing the Tea Party and Sarah Palin and a lot of religions. From the fact that people are sitting there going, you can't believe in a flying spaghetti monster, that's silly. And he's saying, well, you just don't understand, because the flying spaghetti, it is real, I believe it, you don't have to, is what he was saying, but it is, and Sarah Palin is my lord, and you guys, you need to accept her, but you don't have to. And the entire time I was going, it sounds like he's trying to sell Christianity, which I'm a Christian, I believe in God, and I know I can't force it upon people, but I'd like them to understand that. And I just felt this entire time that he was taunting, basically, conservatism, the Tea Party, Sarah Palin, and Christianity, which he said he wasn't, but he was, and it was just pissing me off. He then did this live vlog show where people would Skype him and ask him questions, and he would answer the questions for them. And I was watching it because he filmed it like 2 days ago. Oh, I would have loved to be able to respond to it. But this one kid was just kind of going, I'm confused, Dan. What's going on here? He obviously knew that Dan was just joking around. And Dan's just like, well, I don't get why you're so confused. I told you. That's what happened. The flying spaghetti monster, the deity of the earth, and the entire universe came to my room, visited me, and told me that I need to follow Sarah Palin and worship her because she is the Lord on earth and she's the incarnate of him. And he's being completely serious about it, and this kid is just getting confused. I'm saying, why do you have to do this to this poor kid? Obviously, it's not what you mean, because, okay, this is frustrating. I want to say, Dan, you're smarter than this. You can't believe in a flying spaghetti monster. But isn't that what people can say about God? You're smarter than this. Why do you believe in a God? So, I mean, not looking at it from the perspective of that I believe in Christianity, what makes one God different from another? What makes Allah different from God, different from the flying spaghetti monster? I mean, they all seem pretty unreasonable logically, which they don't, I mean, God surpasses logic, so that's just a totally different thing. But he's just frustrating because you can't respond like that. Because he can totally come back and tear you apart for, I mean, saying if you're a Christian, well, how's that any better? And I don't know. It was just driving me insane. And Sam will bring out his challenge tomorrow, so you don't necessarily have to respond to this. But if you want, I'll try to link the video down there, which used to be the sidebar, but it's not anymore. So it's just great. The bottom bar, the trash can. Can I just call it the trash can because it's stupid? I hate the layout. But yeah, I'll post that down there. If you want to watch it, I would, but it's just silly, and it doesn't make a lot of sense, I guess, if you don't watch Dan Brown's old stuff. But I don't know. It was just frustrating. So if you'd like to comment on this, that'd be great. This is going to be a long video. I just talked for like 7 minutes straight. Wow. I like to skateboard. Prom picture. Prom picture. Prom.
I'll never let you go.